West Ham United have taken the trip over to Denmark once again as we take on Silkeborg in our Europa Conference League group stage. Just a 30-minute drive away from our opponents in our playoff, Viborg. Silkeborg currently sit below Viborg in the Danish Super League, table. A little bit of context for you before we get into it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you know. This is the official West Ham Unofficial starting lineup reaction and build up as we guide you through the next 30 to 45 minutes, keeping you up to date with all the latest team news and all of that sort of stuff. I'm joined by Mike. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, good, Jake. Thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. We've got a little bit to discuss. We've got the game, of course. We've got the England call-ups. Of course, Declan Rice and Jarrod Bowen gets in again. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. I see we got in the chat, Sharky, I hope you are well. Fremer's in as well. Hope you are both keeping well. Our next Europa Conference League group stage game, Mike. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, pretty confident. It's nice to get a home win under our belts, and then it takes the pressure off a little bit, doesn't it, from some of these away games. Yeah. You really need to win all your home games and get a result in an away game, and you'll get through the group. So, yeah, they should be able to play with a little bit of freedom tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's key that David Moyes uses the squad depth that is now there. Because we've got, we've brought in 8 players. These are the times to use these players he's bought.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it now, we got 2 players for every position, and there's no reason why we can't shuffle it around a bit again. You know, we're going to have a league game on Sunday, so you've got to have that in the back of your minds. It was good last week because we sort of knew, didn't we, after what happened on Thursday, that we could bring on all the subs. And they weren't going to have to play the weekend. There was a very good chance they weren't going to have to play the weekend. But now it's a little bit different. Maybe it's start with some of those players and take them off. That would probably be his plan. Yeah. But you just got to hope it goes to plan, don't it? And you get 2 or 3 goals up.
Yeah, and these this is a team we've faced similar opposition before, but we don't want to be slipping into the trap in these group stage games of just sitting back and thinking we've won the game before we've kicked the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you don't take anyone lightly, do you? You cannot, at your peril, you do that.
At this stage, you just can't.
And David Moyes will send them out there to play like we're playing, Man City. So
yeah,
you know what he's like. He won't take anything else.
No, and he won't want to see any, complacency or any of that there. Maybe that might be. Do you think influencing his team selections almost? Let's send the players out there and then let's take them off on the 60th minute if the job's done.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the squad's there for. Like you said, I mean, he's obviously going to go out there with a fairly strong team. I would be surprised. They're saying there's going to be about 3 changes.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a strong team. It's going to be a strong starting 11, and we're still going to have the troops to come off the bench. So, I mean, it's so much better. You look at our bench this year, it's improved so much, 100% on last year. Okay, touch wood, injuries. We've only got a couple at the moment, but yeah, that's what they're there for.
Yeah. Obviously, Mike being a what's the word? A Silkeborg expert as you are you now going to guide us through? No, I'm going to, because I've got it in front of me. A little bit about our opponents tonight. So as I said at the start, at the top of the show, they play in the Danish Superliga. They currently sit 4th. And our opponents a couple of weeks ago, Viborg, currently sit 3rd, 9 games into the season. They've picked up 16 points off of their first 9 games. They haven't got too many recognisable players, but there's a man in midfield who's called Brink. Will he be on the brink of being destroyed in midfield? That's the first joke of the night. Tonight we'll have to wait and see. But listen, we're not going to sit here and proclaim that we know everything about them. We haven't got a clue. We hadn't heard of them till about a month ago, Mike.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, I honestly have got to hold my hands up and say I know absolutely zilch about them. And that is it. I mean, these Danish teams, you know, they're going to be something like a championship level team, I would have thought. You know, which again, you just can't take. You know, you can't take that a championship team for granted. So, yeah,
No.
you've got to be up for it still.
No. And one thing we haven't discussed yet is the fact that we aren't playing on a normal pitch tonight. We're basically playing on AstroTurf, a 3G pitch, and I pray we don't get injuries playing on a 3G pitch. How much of a difference do you think that makes to these players who are used to playing on just a carpet of grass?
Yeah, it does, because it's a bounce of the ball as well. I mean, it just doesn't bounce the same, and so I know we've trained on it, and you should be able to get used to it. But and they say it's the same for both teams, but no, it's not. They play on it all the time. It's an advantage to them, that pitch for sure. But we should still be able to play on it. There's no excuses.
Yeah. And they are professional footballers for a reason. They should be able to play on most pitches. And the thing I found funny about it, I don't know if any of you have seen it on Twitter, was when one of the correspondents put on that Antonio was wearing like Astro boots and stuff, and then Moyes asked him in the stadium as he got his tennis racket with him, and I thought that's quite funny. So he has got a sense of humour, and he hasn't just got a straight face. Moyes, you've got the sense of humour as well.
You've got to, haven't you, be a West Ham manager? Yeah.
Well, exactly.
No, joking aside, he is. I think he's, underneath there, I think he probably cracks a few funnies now and again. And but you've got to, as a manager, you've got to be on a level where you're being respected, but you've also got to have a little bit of fun as well. Especially in in training as well. I mean, they're doing it every day. You just can't turn up and be bang bang bang, all hard work. You've got to have a little bit of fun. You've got to enjoy that.
Yeah, no, you have, and especially I think it's massive going away on these European games. There's got to be a kind of we've got to have that team spirit there that we didn't see at the start of the season, and we're beginning to see again now. Villa away is a massive example. We seemed together and more of a team again, which is what we need, and is massive for the not only on the pitch but for the team morale as well, which does eventually affect what happens on the pitch, I think.
Yeah, I think it's taken a little while. A few new players, knit it all together, but it seems to be coming together now.
For sure. Right then, let's head back into the chat. Evening, Gary. Hope you are well. Scott, Marwan. Hope everybody is well. Fremus is really chuffed. The Mighty Hammers are once again in my backyard. Are you from Denmark, Frema? I never knew that. There we go. You learn something new every day, don't you? EP, hi mate. Hope you are well. I'm going for a 2-0 win. Hopefully, lots of changes as we have a game Sunday. Hope no injuries on the 4G pitch. Come on, you Irons. Yeah, just an easy win. Don't have to risk too many players. No injuries on to Sunday. I think we'd be happy with that in all 6 of these Conference League group stage games, Mike.
Yeah. I think, get the wins on the board like we did in the Europa League last year, and then you can maybe even think about resting even more players in the last couple of group games. Because obviously October was going to be a massive month for us.
Yeah.
With, what was it, 8 games? So
8 games in October.
8 games in October. So, I mean, we're going to have to be a bit sensible.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this is when the man management and Moyes is, and this is where Moyes earns his money. Respectively. Gary says we either go 2 up top or Antonio on the second half to smash them to bits. Gary wants us just to annihilate them. Miss Hammer, I hope you are well. Fremus says if we play the same way as we did against Viborg, we'll be fine. Viborg and Silkeborg are the same level. So yeah, that's good to know, hopefully. But to be fair, we say we smashed Viborg. The first leg was a little bit touch and go. The 6-1 flatters us a lot, Mike.
It does really, yeah, mate. I think it does, but they can play football. Actually, to be fair to them, they knocked it around. And if they're playing on a 4G pitch, there's no excuses. They should be able to tap it around on that as well. But we should have too much strength for them.
Do you think so?
I think in front of goal, that's the difference, isn't it? At that level, I mean, they knock a ball around well, but it's where it matters in both boxes. That's where it really matters.
Yeah. Fair. Miss Hammer says, hope we've had some training on the same type of pitch. I agree. Mr. West Ham Clips, hope you are well, sir. Thank you very much for coming in. Areola could be our new Premier League goalkeeper, so rested tonight. Ooh, I think the way David Moyes is taking it, especially for the near future, Mike, is Areola's going to be again the cup goalkeeper. So I'd be incredibly surprised if he doesn't start tonight.
I would be as well. I think until if Fabianski makes a few mistakes, then yeah, it'd change. But we're blaming for a goal at Chelsea, but
yeah,
he's done okay so far.
Yeah, and that was the first kind of blunder that we've had this season, and maybe Moyes might act upon that. We never know. We might
Maybe
he might change it, but I'd be surprised. But Mike, where do you think the line's got to be drawn with that? When do you think we've got to go? Come on, let's lay off it. And Areola now has to start. We've signed him. He's a better goalkeeper. When do you think this has got to come in?
But you know what Moyes is like. He's stubborn. He sticks with a player. If a player's still performing, he's going to keep playing him. It's not until he makes a real blooper that we'll see him dropped. Although I do like Areola, and I think he should be making that Premier League team now every week.
Yeah,
and swapping the roles around and making Fabianski the cup keeper. But he's loyal. He's going to stick with him until he makes. Maybe if he makes a couple of blunders, then he'd be forced into it then.
And I think the way that's a little bit strange for me as well, how have we managed to sign Areola up and say to him, you're going to sit on the bench for another year, but then we'll start you. I would have thought it would have been contract negotiations, yet you're now going to start in the Premier League. I'm just surprised how we've got him to sign, unless he's that, unless he really, really, really obviously wanted to come back to West Ham on whatever level, which I find strange because of the potential he has. But as long as he's okay with it, I don't see an option until we start to see Fabianski making some, or costing us games, I think is the
I think he knows that Fabianski is his last year, isn't it? He knows that, so he knows if he keeps performing, and Fabianski slips up, he knows he's going to be in, and then he's got to perform and keep his place. Yeah. So I don't think Moyes can actually say to him, you're going to start anyway. I don't think you can say that to him. You've got to say to two keepers, right, here we go. Fab, you've been our keeper last year. You can start if you're performing. Areola, you're getting the cup games. You're going to get games. That's the thing, is he knows he's going to get games. He's going to get plenty of them. So, put a bit of pressure on him. Put some pressure on him. Make me pick you. That's what he's got to say to him.
And I think as well is that Areola, I think he's made some saves in the Europa League last year in the cup I don't think Fabianski saves, but it's just where David Moyes and the keepers come together and make a decision, and where it's right for all parties and everybody's happy at the end of the day. Because Fabianski, he's winding down his career now, although we goalkeepers can go on to their nearly 40 or whatever, but he probably knows this is either his penultimate or his last big deal, big club. So
he does. He knows that. He knows. If I was him, I'd say, right, I want to really give it a good go this year, and I want to go out in style. I don't want to go out being the sub goalie. I want to go out in style. So
exactly,
good on him.
Fair play. Right, let's fire through these comments. From a fun fact, Silkeborg got promoted 2 seasons ago, and our former player Alves came from Silkeborg. Very good, very good. Thank you very much, from it. Yeah, so they're relatively new to the Danish Superliga. I don't know what's below the Danish Superliga. Maybe the Danish Championship. See, that was quite good. That was quite good. No. Who knows? West Ham Click says, I wouldn't want to come up against Craig Dawson on this pitch. Could you imagine? Oh. No. Big Craig Dawson. We're hearing little murmurs that we could see him tonight, but I'm not saying anything. Miss Hamrat says, Big Dawson, how's he doing in your FIFA team clips? Waiting on the next episode. That is very good clips, as always. Will, hope you are well. Good evening, Master Jake and Entourage. Will you take that?
I've been called worse, mate. I've been called worse. Put it like
that. Fair enough. West Ham are massive everywhere they go. They certainly are. James, hope you are well. Tough game, 2-1 plastic pitch. Yeah, that's a massive factor that we've got to take into consideration here. Lawrence, hope you're well. Before we carry on, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham and Official. You can check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking the link in the description down below, as well as becoming a member of the channel as well for just $2.99 a month for exclusive videos. I'll have a cheeky review for this game, as I didn't do a pre-match this morning, either tonight or tomorrow morning. You can check that out. There's all sorts of stuff going on over on the membership page, so you can go and check that out by clicking the join button and becoming a member of the channel. Lee, I hope you're well. I heard you paid a visit to Mr. Duke at his pub. I hope you are well, mate. Hi, everyone. I think 3-1 West Ham, but let's just get the win most of all. Come on, your minds. We are massive. Hit the like button, peeps. Kent's lineup is Areola, Soufal, Kera, Dawson, Creswell, Emerson, Rice, Lanzini, Cornet, Lucas Paqueta, and Scamacca. Would you object to that, Mike?
I wouldn't object to it. You know, the changes are needed, but I've been disappointed in Lanzini so far. This season. I've really been disappointed in him. Okay, his chances in these games, you know, and he hasn't really taken them so far. But hey, he may well do tonight.
Yeah, hopefully, because, you know, maybe it is now. He's gonna, maybe in January we'll look to sell him on, with especially players like Benrahma, who seems to be blossoming at the moment, as well as Lucas Paqueta coming in as well. You know, this might be the end of the 7-year road for Lanzini at West Ham. But, you know, by no means has he been bad. He's been a very good servant to the club. Nick, hope you are. Evening, gents. Looking forward to seeing our Brazilian baller in action tonight. Fingers crossed we can see him start. And hopefully the pitch doesn't. Hopefully our record signing won't be affected by a plastic pitch. Terence, hope you are. Good morning, all from New Zealand. Missed the football coming your minds. Yeah, we've all missed it. What's the time in New Zealand, Terence? Is it very, very early, or is it a okay time? Let us know. Wally, I hope you are well over in America. What's the time in America, Wally? What are you on at the moment? Let's scroll down. In terms of Areola, the save from En-Nesyri was world class. That was just yeah, you know, you're not getting much better than that. You're not getting much better than that. He's Craig Dawson. He certainly is. Big Craig Dawson. Oh, that's not very nice. That's not very nice. Peter, good evening, Jake, and your great grandfather. I'm not having that. Peter, no.
Not great.
No. Not any of it. It's not true.
Gonna be lucky you get my age one day.
The league below is the Porn Sausage League. Just seen the lineup, says Miss Hammer at strong. We'll get onto that in a second. If West Ham announced it. Has West Ham announced it? If they have, then we will guide you through it. Or they have. West Ham have announced it. I'm a little bit late on the old bandwagon. So what we're going to do is we're now going to have a look at the team news for Silkeborg versus West Ham United. So as I load up our team lineup,
very impressive, mate.
Mike likes it. Good. You know, we're going up on the world here. We're going up in the world. As the starting lineup graphic loads for me, we will get onto that. Put your thoughts on this starting 11 in the comment section down below. We are going to bring it to you now, and it is Areola in goal. A back five of Soufal, Dawson, Kera, Creswell, and Emerson. Rice, Lanzini, Lucas Paqueta, Cornet, and Scamacca. A substitutes bench of two keepers, Fabianski and Randolph, Ogbonna, Zuma, Coventry, Souček, Downs, Fornals, Benrahma, Bowen, Antonio. What a bench that is. So let's break this down before we get any thoughts. So I presume it's Areola, right wing back Soufal, Dawson, Kera, and Creswell as the centre backs. Emerson as the left wing back in his more natural position. Rice and Lanzini sitting, and then like a Lucas Paqueta on the right, Cornet on the left, Scamacca up front. It's different, Mike.
It is different. I mean, I'm okay with that, Jake. I'm okay with it. I like, Cornet and Scamacca together. I'd like to see Paqueta linking up with Scamacca. I want to see how that goes.
Yeah,
I really do, because I think he makes the sort of runs. He needs someone like Paqueta behind him. I really do. I just want to see them two link up. I hope it works. Yeah.
A couple of things to mention. I'd like this to be a back three, and we're going to push Soufal and Emerson right up, because then also you've got Creswell protected. So if they have got any pace, we're not going to see it there. Dawson, he's back. The one, the only. Craig Dawson is back. He is starting his first Premier League game, his first proper full game since his injury. Very, very good to see Craig Dawson there. Kara starting, no rest for him. No Flynn Downs, which is disappointing me, but what a bench we've got there, Mike.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I do like it. Downs had a great game in the last game, but yeah, hopefully you get him on if we get in a situation in a game where he can come on and have a little run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the way we've got... Go on.
I don't think there's any need to get the likes of Bowen and Antonio on if we're 2 or 3 up. We can rest them.
Yeah,
or
I
just
agree.
give them 10 minutes at the end. There's no need to give them a half an hour or so. Let's face it, we all moan about Moyes' subs, but he got them right last week. Yeah. He got it absolutely spot on. Changed the game totally.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So hopefully he gets them right today and does the right thing again today.
Yeah. Obviously, the way I'm going to look at this is how many players are starting tonight who will start on Sunday. Soufal, Kara, Creswell or Emerson, Rice, and maybe Paqueta. So there's 5 players there that are most probably going to start on Sunday. So that's not bad, whereas we have been going from like 8 or 9 players starting Thursday away and then having to play on Sunday, which is where we slipped up, Brentford away and these sort of games where we did slip up last year, which hopefully we're not going to see this season. And hopefully this is more like a training game than anything else. Now, I don't want to call it that, but more of a relaxed. It's not, and they're not too much to worry about. And listen, the players we've got there: Paqueta, Cornet, Scamacca, Lanzini, Dawson with the header. I mean, we shouldn't be losing this. There's no excuses.
No, there isn't, mate. I mean, there is no excuses. We should be winning, full stop. No doubt about it. Plus, you got the cavalry on the bench. I mean, it's a backup. I mean, I like the team. I think that's the right thing to do. Like I said, there's probably 5/6 that might start on Sunday. So it's the way we got to go, and we got to freshen up the team. I know at times last year we couldn't because of the amount of injuries we had and the problems we had. But that looks about right for me. I want to see Cornet get into the game as well, because I thought, he's had a couple of little cameos where he's done really well. Really unlucky not to have that goal against Chelsea. So he's another one I'd like to see shine tonight.
And it's good to see his injury isn't too serious because he's straight back in. Good to see Scamacca starting his first game since his throat infection illness. That's not pleasant. So good to see him back. Hopefully he's back to more of himself, because last week I thought he was just a little bit laboured and a little bit held back. Mike, did you get that vibe?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, Jake. Honestly, Scamacca, he just didn't look sharp, did he, in the last game? Which is to be expected after you've had an illness like that. In front of goal, he was probably a little bit lapse. I mean, the chance he sort of screwed wide. I mean, he should have normally, you've got to hit the target there, and I think normally he would, if he was sharp and fit. But hey, come on, let's give the boy a chance. He's still early days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think it's so crucial that there's a conversation and we do play to his strengths, because there's no point signing a striker up on striker, and then obviously we've talked about it before, not going to what he wants. And it's going to be interesting to see a Paqueta link up with him and Cornet again, and getting really, really good players around him against an average side, below average side. You wouldn't get a side like this in the Premier League. So it's a perfect run out for these sort of players to associate themselves with the team and really start getting into some form. Let's take you through some more of the comments. Peter, clean sheet, 4 or 5 goals and no injuries is all we want. 1:45 p.m. in the King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Oh, not too bad then, Willie. That's good. That's good. John says Areola talks Tilo into coming to West Ham. He obviously likes to hear, and he sees Fab as number 1. That's a good point. And Kara's fastly becoming a fan's favourite. He's not having a rest tonight. He's straight back out there again. And I think from what I've seen of him, he's been excellent, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I mean, it felt from a bit, giving the penalty away in his first game, but he had a really good game, and he just looks steady as a rock.
Yeah, he does.
Hopefully, he will grow and he can get even better.
Really good. Downs on the bench. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a little bit frustrating.
I
A
agree
little
with
bit
Phil. It's a
frustrating.
little bit of a question mark over that. But hey, we don't watch him in training every day, do we?
No, we don't. Dawson playing, he certainly is. What a guy. What a guy. Let's scroll down on some of these comments. Dawson is back. Get in. Strong but surprised no Downs and Coventry not starting. Disappointing Downs not doesn't start. So yeah, there's a bit of backlash in terms of Downs. Yeah, I'm disappointed he's not starting tonight, because what else could he have done? I thought he was excellent last week in his
Yeah.
in his first proper run out in a West Ham shirt. He'll feel a little bit disappointed, I feel, and hopefully he can bounce back and prove David Moyes wrong when he gets that opportunity. Usual suspect, looking forward to seeing 3 new signings up front. I'm really looking forward to that front three, Mike. It looks tasty.
It does. It really does, mate. I like the look of that. I really do. And I think quite as a type of guy, and I think Scamacca will play off the type of balls he can just stick in there. He wants balls into his feet, or he wants crosses into the box, and hopefully that's what we'll give him tonight.
Fingers crossed. Go at them from the start and score early doors. Yeah, I agree. We just got to go out and score a few, and then we don't really need to worry. Now, one thing, this is interesting. Nobody's mentioned this yet, and I kind of forgotten about it. Wally mentions here, saving Downs for Sunday. Now, that could be what David Moyes is doing here, because he could think he hasn't had much game time. He hasn't really been playing regularly. So playing Thursday away from home in Europe, and then playing Sunday in the Premier League in a big game against Everton, perhaps he could be protecting him for that, because we know Souček's got a foot injury. We don't know the severity of that. So there's quite a big chance that Souček won't be involved on Sunday. Do you think this is David Moyes saving Downs, perhaps thinking he can't play 2 games in 4 days or whatever because of his match fitness, Mike?
Well, there is a possibility of that, because going into a Premier League game, especially away from home, you're going to want those 2 midfielders sat in now.
Yeah.
And if Souček's not fit, he's your man, isn't he? All day long.
Yeah. And I think he is the no-brainer option, considering Lanzini's in tonight, so that makes it clear that if Souček's not there, Downs will start. Lanzini in that role, we've seen him there a couple of times now, last season, and of course at the start of this season tonight. He has, when he's come in, played that role very well, and that could be perhaps the role that he does play coming in the Europe games and just sitting next to either Rice, Souček or Downs, Mike.
Well, obviously, because Paqueta is going to be the one that's pushing forward, so that's where he's going to go. And he's had good games playing there, Jake, as we know. He's probably had some of his better games playing in that deeper row.
Yeah.
Burnley
away.
I can't remember. Was it
Burnley away when Rice was
when
Rice was injured? Yeah, that was a great game for him. Yeah, so we know he can play that role, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue unless they don't have 3 big 7-foot midfielders who just bully him off the ball. So hopefully that's not what we see tonight. Super sub Antonio, honestly, it's been so refreshing seeing him coming off for 30 minutes, terrorising defenders. What a nightmare he is with 30 minutes to go, Mike. What a nightmare.
Centre half. I'm sorry for him away the centre back last week. He didn't know what day of the week it was when he turned around. Oh, bang, he's hit me again. Boof, he's got me again. Bang. I mean, he's a handful, and he's an absolute handful.
Yeah, and maybe this is the role he'll be happy to play now at the age of, what is he, 31 now? Maybe he'll be more happy doing that, and letting Scamacca take the reins. Will says, I'm pleased Lanzini and Paqueta playing together. I think they will click. Yeah, that's a good point. For one thing, says Jonathan, with that lineup, Big Dorse winning the Ballon d'Or without playing. Exactly. He doesn't even have to step foot onto the pitch. He's our Ballon d'Or. Saving the super subs. Very good point. Peter says, if we are 5 or 6 up with 30 minutes to go, give Coventry a go. Peter, you're very optimistic tonight. 5 or 6 up with 30 minutes to go. I know they're a Danish side and they're below who we played a few weeks ago, but you're a little bit optimistic. But I could see it happening. I'm not going to predict a 5 or 6-0, but I could see something like that happening if we do fully go at them. But we will have to wait and see. Paqueta, Cornet, and Brace for Scamacca. It's just building the confidence of these attackers now, isn't it, really, Mike?
Yeah, it'd be good to see them get on the bench. Let's see Paqueta get one. Cornet, and Scamacca. There's going to be chances, isn't there, tonight? There's got to be.
Yeah.
So just hope that we take them. And then these guys take them and give them a bit of confidence to go on to Sunday.
Yeah. Lawrence says 3-0. Sharky showing off some emojis. Lovely stuff. 6-0 West Ham. Bosh. Moyes is so stubborn. He keeps playing the same team. Plastic pitch 6-0 from a bad memories. Was it Oldham, Mike? 6-0? Plastic
Oh,
pitch? Was it
God.
Oldham? Have I got
Yes.
that right? Oh, I've got it
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Don't want to go there.
I can remember it.
Oh, God, I remember it so well. we did win about 4-0 in the second game, though, but that was awful.
How many years ago was this?
Oh, I was going back a long time in the 80s, Jake. I think
right.
it was. Yeah, I mean, Luton Town used to have a plastic pitch as well. Yeah, I didn't go to Oldham away that night in that cup game, but I listened to it on the radio and it was just killing me.
Didn't sound great. Jonathan says, good to see Cornet's injury wasn't as bad from last Thursday. It's a massive boost. It's a massive boost. 1-0 West Ham says, James, you're all very eager with your score predictions tonight and you're going crazy, but James isn't. But he's put it in early. Calm down. Right then, let's scroll down. Ken, thank you very much for coming in, mate. Keep hitting that like button, people. 3-0 win. Paqueta to break his duck. Dawson back to play the piano in a dress. That's so random. Dawson to play the piano. Is it a joke I'm missing, Peter, or is it just a genuinely funny comment like you always come out with?
Because he's got his dicky bow on, mate.
Oh, I see. Mike, you're more switched on than I am, honestly. Yeah, there he is to play the piano with his Ballon d'Or on his head. He just put his Ballon d'Or on his head and just play the piano. Let's scroll down. Cornet, Paqueta, and Soufal 3-0. Cornet to score some serious goals. Cornet scored some serious goals last season. He did for Burnley, and he impressed. I'm surprised Burnley even got him, to be honest. I'm glad we took him off their hands, to be honest. I think Moyes is still hesitant about Downs, unfortunately. Yeah, I get that, but he put in such a good performance. I want to see him again. Let's continue to scroll down. Downs will prove Moisey right by getting in the team and saying, now drop me, which Moyes will love. Yeah, you know, it's just it is when you drop somebody after a good performance, you know, it's damaging to the player, isn't it, and their mentality, you know.
It is, but you know, he is new and he's still feeling his way in. He's had a great game. He showed Moyes what he can do. But like I said, we don't watch the guys in training day in, day out. You know, Moyes is watching that. He's seeing everything that's going on. He's had a great 90 minutes on the field, but he's got to show the right attitude 100% of the time as well to get in into Moyes' head and say, right, that's it. I've got to start this guy now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just what's got to happen. Oh, we were both wrong, Mike. No, Les Dawson used to play the piano. You are too young, Jake.
Les Dawson. Oh yeah, Les Dawson, and he used to wear a dicky bow when he did play it. Yeah.
Oh, so you were right, Mike. So just take the credit.
Yeah. He was a comedian. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Very good, Peter. Remember that 6-0 it was Valentine's Night. Lovely. Had a nightmare night out with a scary lady and lost 6-0. Not a fond memory. Hopefully we don't see no scary ladies on Sunday, Gary. Let's scroll down on these comments. Downs walked out of a club to come to us. What has the boy got to do? Did you see that, Mike? All the pictures were done. He was a Palace player. He had the Palace shirt on. All the media was done. Then he came to us.
I didn't know that, Jake. Honestly, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I know Palace were interested in him, but I didn't realise he had the Palace shirt on and all that.
Yeah, the Athletic reported it. I think it was at the start of the week that all of the media videos were done. He got a call and he was at West Ham. It's brilliant, isn't it?
To the boy, isn't it? Yeah, I know he's a West Ham fan and all that. So great.
Yeah, fair play to him. It's brilliant, isn't it? Poor old Palace. What you want now is him to go and go to Palace away and I go like this if he scores.
Yeah.
West Ham. Brilliant. But let's move on to some predictions then. Mike, I want you to jazz it up tonight for me.
Oh, I'm going to go for a few goals in the game. I'm going to go 3-1 again.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Who's scoring and how's it going, Mike?
I'd like to see. I would like to, like I said, see Paqueta and Scamacca link up. I'd like to see both of them score. I would. if we get enough corners, maybe the big man could come up and head one in.
Oh, could you love it? We'd love it. Very good, very good. Continue getting your predictions in to the chat. My prediction, I'm going to go crazy. Well, it's not really 4-0 West Ham. And my Peach prediction is I've just got a feeling Peach right now would go 7-1 West Ham. Scamacca to score 4. That's what Peach would say right now, bless him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go for a 4-0 West Ham win. Plenty of goals. Goal for Paqueta, Scamacca, Cornet, and Big Craig Dawson to score as well. And it's coming from a corner and it's a bullet header. It's only going to happen one way, and that's the way it's going to happen. Let's fire through some of your predictions then. Where are we? 3-0. 4-1, don't know who scores, fair enough. Going to do a Berry, 10-0. Peter, you are on it tonight.
Peter's on it tonight. He's on it. Right on it.
10-0. Very, very good.
He's open. They got Les Dawson and go for him, I
think. Dawson to get 2 balance and score tonight. He's got to score tonight. Yeah, keep your predictions coming in, guys. Mike, a few final thoughts then. We've just got to get it done tonight with minimal effort, minimal injuries, minimal worry. And let's just get it done and move to Goodison Park on Sunday.
Yeah, we just need to get the 3 points and take even more pressure off of us in this group. We should be able to control the game. We just need to take our chances. That's all there is to it. We will get enough of them. We just need to make sure we hit the old and back.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, when we've got and I've got a feeling if we get a goal early, then it's just going to start rolling. They're going to start rolling. Before we carry on, we're only on 24 likes and there's 33 people watching. Come on, let's get us up to at least 30 likes.
Come on, chat.
That like button.
Yeah.
Hit the like button as well. Yeah. Are you expecting, or can you see it in any of these games, a potential banana skin, Mike? Hopefully not tonight.
Hopefully not tonight, but we usually know there's one game in there. There's going to be one game where we slip up somewhere. Just hope it's not tonight. I mean, just get the points on the board early. Let's get at that table, put ourselves in a position so that we can do like we did last year and just, ease off, play some of the young lads, give them a chance to play in front of the big crowd at London Stadium. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sean, hope you are miles stronger learner than I would have expected. Huge 50-50 game on Sunday, Everton improving. We've got 5 players we counted earlier, Sean. We've got 5 players or 5 or 6 players that we'd expect to start on Sunday compared to 8 or 9 that it would be or than what it was last year. Mike, are you surprised about how strong but then also gone for a back 3/5 that West Ham and David Moyes have gone tonight?
Yeah, I think that's so he can play Emerson in his proper position.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it.
I think Soufal had a good game last Thursday. I thought he was good on the ball and he was good going forward. And we know he can stick them crosses into the box. Yeah. He is very capable of putting one on, Scamacca's head. So I think it's not a defensive thing. I think it's an attacking thing, as well as we do need to mix it up and try these different formations, because there's going to be times when we need to play those formations in the Premier League. Yeah,
and we are going to have times because we can't just sit all season and go 4-2-3-1, put it up to Antonio or Scamacca. We are going to have to change things depending on who we play. Back 3, back 5, push up a bit. You've got to change things and be adaptable.
Yeah, you've got to be adaptable and try and play in different ways. And these are the chances to get some of that going. We've got to be able to switch, and we've got to be able to switch during a game. So, not from one game to another. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Frema says the Danes giving away free beer. Now I've seen it. Yeah, that was a very nice touch.
Yeah.
West Ham fans were getting their tickets and they were getting a free can of Carlsberg. Very, very good. I think on both times West Ham have gone to Denmark, whether it's been Viborg or Silkeborg. I think they've been treated very well out there, and a lot of people have come back saying how nice of a place it was. So hopefully that'll be the same and we can have a nice result again tonight. But there we go. That's our build up and starting lineup prediction done as we've guided you through the last 40 minutes pre-match before our Europa Conference League group stage game. We're expecting goals tonight and we're expecting nothing but 3 points on the board and hopefully sitting top of that Europa Conference League group stage table tonight. Mike, anything before we go?
No, let's just go out and get that result. And come on, you audience.
Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Mike, a huge thank you for coming on. And that's it from me. Enjoy the game, and we will catch you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Cheers, guys. Au revoir. And farvel is goodbye in Danish. Farvel. Bye-bye.